No team has been able to complete this event inside the 14-minute time cap. The three teams that are tied in the overall standings will be in lane 7, 8, and 9. That's Krieger, Mayfem, and Team Gowon. All of them have 291 points.
Some key points of performance here. Obviously, you know, you have your teammates waiting at the start mat. You want to be smart about those transitions, considering you have to go over the box once you get to the rope for each round. And I think for the Legless rope climbs in particular, for some of these female athletes, you know, one might be enough, and you don't want to risk burning out and having any sort of wasted time that could be spent chewing up reps. So for the Legless rope climbs, get one up, get back over the box, and let your other teammates go as well.
And there is Kristen Holta looking on as Team Krieger is attacking those 50 dumb D-ball cleans, pardon me. 100 pounds is what that implement weighs. And so far, Krieger has been impressive. 2 firsts and a 4th.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be another good event for them. You know, the 4th place was a little bit of damage control with the heavy barbell, considering some of the other teams in the field. But for some of the other teams that have the heavy hitters, I think they might fall a little bit. This is an opportunity for Krieger to break that 3-way tie and have another strong performance, maybe even an event win as the first team to finish.
And the Born Primitive underdogs, they are in lane number 11. They come in 4th place overall, 270 points, have yet to finish lower than 5th in any event.
Very sneakily hanging around, you know, in 4th, just outside of that top 3 spot, where obviously, you know, the 3-way tie gets a lot of the attention, but they've had some consistent performances. Allison Scuds, Kyra Milligan, and Alex Gazan, the crew out of Las Vegas, representing well for the underdog athletics.
That heavy sandbag to the shoulder, they're trying to close it out at 7.
Only 2 teams have gotten 4 reps shy of finishing this event. That is the best score that we have seen so far. No one has been able to get all the work done inside the 14-minute time cap. Girls Gone Wild South and Freakin' Fitness unofficially were both 4 reps away from finishing, and now Krieger is on to the Burpee box jump overs, and it's going to be Kristen Holta who's going to get to work first on that movement. And down in lane, I believe that's lane number 4, now or never, at the far end of the floor, onto the Burpee box jump overs as well. $50 Burpee box jump overs as Sigrid Lute Kulhas in lane 4 is knocking out those reps for her team. The box will move towards the rope after 25 repetitions, so that will let us know who is in the lead. The first team to move their box will be through 25 of those 50 repetitions. 30 inches is how tall that box is. As Krieger continues to work here, that is Lena Richter.
Looking for the judge's hand in the air.
Next to them is Mayfem Taylor Williamson, working on the Burpee box jump overs for her team. She's in the fluorescent yellow top. And Krieger has now moved their box, so this is the back half of this set of 50 for them.
So Krieger.
And after this, it's really the crux of the event. 10 legless rope climbs, followed by 10 regular rope climbs. And now Mayfem, they have moved their box as about 5 other teams, 4 or 5 other teams are on their second set of 25. Lane 4 is now or never. Lane 6, that is Junk. And lane 5, Invictus, they're at the bottom left-hand part of your screen. They just moved their box as well. That's Omnia in lane 2. Right next to Fleo in lane 3. And Krieger is making quick work of these Burpee box jump overs as Ingrid Odenmeyer has just 5 to go here. Taylor Williamson continuing to work on the Burpee box jump overs for Mayfem on the right side of your screen. They are one of the 3 teams tied at 291 points. Gowon Krieger are the others. Krieger currently sits in first place in the overall standings, courtesy of their 2 event first place finishes. That gives them the tiebreak, and there goes Kristen Holte. She'll be the first woman to the legless rope climbs.
It's impressive that they were able to lean on Lena and Ingrid to get them to this point and allow Kristen Holte, who has tremendous upper body pulling strength, to not do just one, but be the first athlete we've seen actually double up on the legless rope climbs.
Andrea Nisler has handed things off to Haley Adams for Mayfem, and now they are starting to creep up on Krieger here. Lena Richter, pardon me, that's Ingrid Odenmeyer on the rope for Krieger.
And interesting, both of the athletes from Krieger opting for a double there.
10 legless, and then 10 regular rope climbs. Is now Ingrid Odenmeyer, pardon me, is on the rope for Team Krieger. She's in the long blue pants. Andrea Nisler for Mayfem is right next to her. And Kristen Holte back to work along with Haley Adams. 5 legless remaining for Krieger. 14-minute time cap in this event.
And you can see, yeah, I think it was just a planned, hey, let's get a quick double for Lena and Kristen, who are good with upper body pulling, and then switch back to just singles.
Lena Richter back to Kristen Holte. 3 reps remaining for them. There are 2 reps ahead of Mayfem on the right.
And interesting, the Krieger team changed up the rotation there. And that last one, they just went back and forth between Lena and Kristen. Gave Ingrid a little bit of a break.
Bottom right of your screen, the Born Primitive Underdogs. They currently sit in 3rd place right now in this heat. As we have 1 legless rope climb remaining for Krieger.
Interesting, they saved the last one for Ingrid. You know, as one of the taller athletes, maybe they wanted her to be the first athlete to get to the box jump overs. Got to be honest, as a fellow tall athlete, to get to the, oh, I forgot. Get to use your legs first. Already looking ahead.
Now 10 rope climbs left for Krieger, and Ingrid Odenmeyer has already gotten through 1. This will be her 2nd rep. As here comes Haley Adams from Mayfem. They have 1 legless rope climb remaining. And on the bottom right of your screen,
Good
Born
fight.
Primitive Underdogs are now through their legless rope climbs.
Good fight from Haley there, utilizing the kip to get that last rope climb. Usually once you see the arms extended, you can see it's a sign of fatigue, the upper body. But able to get 1 big swooping kip. That was made famous by Alessandra Piccioli way back when.
Halfway through that set of 10 is Krieger as they maintain the lead here in this heat. Past the 8-minute mark, 14-minute time cap in this event. After these 10 rope climbs, it's on to the box jump overs. 50 reps they need to complete there.
See a nice quick descent from Kristen Holte in the center of the screen. There is no requirement, if you're just tuning in, for the descent. There isn't a line at the bottom that you have to show control from. So another element, I remember talking to Matt Fraser not too long ago. He said a lot of people focus on the way up with rope climbs, but you know, you can make up just as much time on the way down if you can basically do that fire pole escape style.
Born Primitive Underdogs remain in 3rd place. There's Lena Richter, who is now done with the rope climb portion of this event and now on to the box jump overs. She will drag the box towards the finish line after 25 repetitions. Andrea Nisler and Mayfem, they have 3 reps remaining on the rope. So Krieger putting some distance between themselves and Mayfem as Nisler is going to run back, make the transition now to Haley Adams. 2 rope climbs remaining for Mayfem.
And in the previous heat, Freaking Fitness tied the top mark with 4 reps left. They got back to the kettlebells right around the 11:30-ish mark, giving them just over 2 minutes to the cap. to try and get those 50 double kettlebell overhead. So that's kind of the time on the clock we're looking to see them get ahead of if they're hoping to maybe finish this thing.
Down in lane 11, Born Primitive, they have moved on to the box jump over, so they are just ahead now of Mayfem. As here comes Taylor Williamson for Mayfem. Comeback team, they are on the box jump overs as well.
It's always interesting to see, you know, the adoption of a certain technique. Remember back about in 2014, we saw Chris Spieler being one of the first athletes to do box jump overs where they kept the hips low basically in the bottom of the squat, you know, because there isn't a requirement to stand up at the top and keep the hips open. And now it's just one of those commonplace techniques that you see across the board.
You mentioned comeback team, I misspoke, they're not even in this heat, I don't know what I was looking at, but now Kristen Holta is onto the double kettlebell hang to overhead. 3.5 minutes remaining, and Tommy, as you mentioned, they are ahead of the pace that we saw from Freakin' Fitness in the last heat when they got 4 reps shy of finishing the event. So this bodes well for Kristen Holta and company here. Born Primitive underdogs, they remain in second place. They're in the middle of the box on the right side of your screen. As now Lena Richter will get to work.
And that, oh man, look at Lena ripping it right overhead. So even though they were well ahead of Freakin' Fitness, Freakin' Fitness had winner Nicolette Rodriguez going directly overhead without doing the clean and jerk, which saved a ton of time. So seeing Lena Richter comfortable with these double kettlebell to overhead and ripping it right over top, that's a good sign for this team getting underneath the cap.
They'll advance every 10 repetitions, 44 pounds in each hand, as here comes Ingrid Odenmeyer. On the right side, the Born Primitive underdogs, they are now on to the kettlebell as well. With Kyra Milligan. And now Mayfem also onto that.
You can see Taylor Williamson in the back in the yellow just absolutely ripping through these.
Gowad is also there next to Mayfem. 14-minute time cap, so about 1:45 to go right now, as Krieger is looking to become the first team to finish this event and pick up their 3rd first place finish of the competition. Haley Adams now. Pardon me, that was Andrea Nisler who was there for Mayfem. Allison Scuds on the right side of your screen for the Born Primitive underdogs. Lena Richter continuing a really great pace as we approach the 13-minute mark. So now 1 minute to go before we hit the 14-minute time cap.
And they're about 15 to 20 seconds ahead of pace to beat it. They got through that first portion in just under 2 minutes.
And that's it. Krieger will win the event, another 100 points, their 3rd first place finish in 4 events here. This is the battle for second place overall. And second in the event. So 30 seconds to go. Haley Adams from Mayfem. Next to her,
you can see,
is Gowad.
You can see Mia Heskett just slightly ahead of Haley Adams in terms of turnover rate. Mia doesn't set the bells down. Immediate transition. They're about 2 reps behind Mayhem. So that just ate up the gap between them immediately.
Born Primitive underdogs on the right side of the screen. They're trying to finish up as well. Final seconds, 3 reps to go. It doesn't look like they're going to have time. And this may be a tie between both Krieger and Mayfem. They were tied in points coming into this event, and they may be tied coming out of it. Krieger, courtesy of the first place finish, so they will have the top spot on the overall leaderboard all to themselves. Their 3rd event win in 4 events, and the Born Primitive underdogs, they hang tough as well. 4th place overall coming into this event, and they were right up there with the